I hope you've been enjoying the different snow cones with the cops all over the city. It's definitely been joyful, but of course, we got to get down to business. There's a good event happening this weekend. It's a gun buyback program. And the Houston Police Department, the city of Houston, part of the One Safe Houston, is doing this. And again, we have a goal, right? And the goal is to take as many guns off from the streets that don't need to be in the streets, especially if you feel like maybe a family member left a weapon in your house, left a gun, and they left the house, and the gun's right there, and you don't know what to do with it. Well, maybe a little bit of cash for that weapon would be good at this time. So for that, let's go to our commander, Hector Garcia, and he's got a lot of information. He was participating. Of course, he did some of the voicing and some of the recording, some of the videos that talks about this campaign. Of course, Rafael, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to see everybody. Please share the program.
Yes.
And happy to be here with Commander Garcia. Commander Garcia is not only just a commander, he's actually the chief of staff of Chief Troy Finner. So he stays pretty busy. So you're thankful for his time, thankful for really sharing all this information, this big event that we're hoping is a success. So thank you for joining us, Commander Garcia. What is this gun buyback program all about? How did it originate? What happened? What took place?
Well, first of all, greetings to everybody out there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is an important message, and I hope you share it with your friends and family. So the buyback program is part of the approach of solving problems with different solutions. Traditionally, when we try to solve violent crime, we have our overtime programs and getting more boots on the ground. However, if you think outside the box, why not go to the public and tell them, if you have a gun that you don't want, for whatever reason, we're willing to take it off your hands, and we're going to give you some benefit to that, depending on what kind of gun you have. We'll give you a gift card with different amounts depending on what kind of gun you're going to turn in. There may be some people that maybe inherited a gun, like my grandfather died, left me his rifle. I don't hunt. I don't know what to do with this rifle. I don't want this rifle in my house. This is a good opportunity to give it to somebody that's going to make sure that it is disposed of properly.
There's a lot of rhetoric regarding gun violence at the national level, and we hear a lot of people that just talk and just want to complain and then just want to get in front of the TV. But we're very thankful and grateful to have an administration at the local level, government level, and at the law enforcement level to actually try to do something about it, try to do something about that gun violence. And I think that this is a good way to have an approach to come to terms and really work with the community on letting them know, we're going to do our part, but if you can do your part too, if you don't need a weapon, we're here to help.
Absolutely. And what we want people to understand is that we respect everybody's constitutional rights. By all means, we're going to respect your rights. However, if you have a gun that you don't want, maybe you found a gun, right? This is a good opportunity to make sure it's disposed of properly. One of the biggest problems we have is people keeping guns in an unsecured location. So maybe even in your own house, you should have a gun safe, because people break into your house, they steal those guns, and then they commit crimes with those guns. Same thing with your car. We have even higher incidents of auto theft or burglary of motor vehicle, where they go into the car and steal the gun. Sometimes that's all they're looking for, is a gun. So again, those guns are used in crimes. So if you don't want to have that gun anymore, this is a great way to give it to the authorities and receive a little cash back, if you will.
Yeah, and a lot of these crimes that are committed on the streets with guns, they're stolen weapons, and they're taken away sometimes from people that haven't been responsible with their guns, or putting them up or locking them up, and this is where we get these some of these crimes coming up with people stealing guns. So if you have a gun that's sitting around, you don't want it there, this is the opportunity. This is the moment. Now tell us a little bit about the process. What is a process in a moment in a gun buyback event?
The main thing I want to emphasize is the fact that this is, number one, voluntary. Remember, we respect everybody's rights, so this is voluntary. And number two, it's anonymous, which means that the people that are listening to us need to be safe, and they need to understand that we are not going to ask for your name. We're not going to associate you with a gun. You know, a lot of people are saying, well, I'm afraid I found this gun, and if it was involved in a crime, now they're going to think I did it. Well, no. Again, this is anonymous. We are not going to link a particular individual with any gun that we take during this event. So that's the most important thing. Come, don't worry about it, no questions asked. We're going to give you a gift card in exchange for whatever gun you give us. We're not going to ask you for any identifiers or anything like that. Your license plates are not going to be written down, nothing like that. Okay? So that's the main thing. Secondly, because of officer safety and public safety, please unload the weapon before you come to the location. Unload the weapon, and secondly, put it in a location that is at the rearest, at the furthest back of your vehicle. Usually that's the trunk. But if you drive an SUV, then it's in the, when you lift the hatch, that's where we want to find the.
So
the
you have to
weapon.
make sure that it's out of your reach.
Yes.
When you arrive, make sure that it's unloaded and that it's out of your reach so that the officers can safely retrieve
Exactly.
a weapon. Now, before we continue a little further, let me ask you something. Is this something that's going to happen throughout the year, or is this a one-time event?
I think the people that put this together have additional funds, but my belief is that they want to see how this first one progresses,
Of course.
What kind of feedback we get, what kind of results we obtain, and therefore they can do more of these types of events, or if they feel that maybe the money would be better spent in other programs, other efforts, then I think that's when they're going to make the decision.
Okay, so when will it take place?
It's going to take place on the 30th of this month. July 30th. It's a Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon, 12 o'clock noon. And as I was saying earlier, unload your weapon, leave it in your car. Do not exit your vehicle. Most vehicles nowadays have a button inside where you can lift the trunk, open the hatch. Or if you have a pickup, I was asked this question earlier. My recommendation, if you have a pickup, you wait until you're a block away from the location, or maybe 2 blocks away from the location. Then you put the gun in the back of the pickup, right? In the cargo area of the pickup, furthest back. And I don't want you to do this from the house, because that gun's going to be rolling around throughout the whole road. But as you get very close to the location, then you can exit your vehicle, put it in there, and then you can get in line, so that it'll make it easier for the officer to extract that weapon from your vehicle. Now, secondly, we're going to have people that are instructors, firearms instructors. They're the ones that are going to handle those weapons. So don't exit your vehicle. Just open the trunk. Let our officers, our experts, they're going to check if it's loaded or not again. That's going to be their job. They're going to check the gun. If not loaded, they will give you a receipt for the gun. You're going to go to the next stop. They're going to tell you move forward. You go to the next stop, and you're going to exchange that receipt for the gift card.
Oh.
Okay? So the officers that are handling the weapons are not going to give you the gift cards. It's going to be the people in the next stop. And once you get your gift card, then you'll be directed how to exit the parking lot of the church. And we want to thank the church as well. It's Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church. It's at 3826 Wheeler Avenue. They've been very kind and gracious to let us have this event in their parking lot. And it's close to the University of Houston, just so people have an idea of where it's located.
So it's for the audience listening, it's going to be a lot of common sense. The most important thing for you to do is to realize that this is right now a one-day event on the 30th of July. It will take place at 3826 Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church. Important to just simply follow instructions. Like Commander Garcia said, don't get out of the car. Just wait for the instructions. There's going to be people that are going to be directing you there, that are going to be directing you from station to station until you exit the location, correct?
Correct. And the last thing I want to say, we have this question asked of us very often. Yes, we are going to check the serial number of the gun, but that's later. That's later. That's when we want to see if somebody had their gun stolen. We want them to get their gun back.
So,
Right.
so this is to point to the people that are returning these guns or turning these guns in for a gift card. You know, they're not going to be checking the serial number to see if you are in possession of a stolen gun or anything like that.
No.
I think that the goal of the program is to really take some of those guns
Exactly.
that are not being used to dispose of them safely.
Correct.
So in summary, when you arrive to this location, please don't have a gun within reach. Have it to where you can say, officers, in the back of my trunk, it's in the trunk of my vehicle, it's behind, it's over here, it's wrapped around a towel, and so the expert can handle the weapon, and then you're going to move to the next station where you're already going to have your little receipt, and you're going to claim whatever the receipt says, whatever they write, but the type of gun that you're turning in, there's different levels of what they're going to give you, and they'll give you that gift card later on. But there's not going to be any checking. I mean, give me your name, give me your address, give me your telephone number, all that good stuff. We're not going to do that. So that's going to be a big question. Again, it's going to be this Saturday coming up, July the 30th. 2022 at 8 o'clock in the morning and all the way till noon. Make plans for this. If you have that weapon, you don't want it, you want to get rid of it, no questions asked. And in this gun buyback event, any words?
Well, let me ask you something. Is this an event where people have to register prior to going, or can they just show up?
No, they can just show up.
Okay, you heard it. You can just show up. Very, very important. Get the address, the time, the location where we're all going to be, and very important to unload the weapon and keep it out of your reach until you're given the instructions by the personnel that will be there at the church.
I just want to encourage everybody that has a gun they don't want anymore to participate, and this is going to make the city safer.
That's right. If you have any questions, please call 832-393-6772. Again, 832-393-6772. It's going to be July the 30th, so don't miss it. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proudly proclaim October 5, 2021 as the 38th Annual Houston-Harris County National Night Out in the City of Houston.
Welcome to our National Night Out. We're so happy to see so many faces, friends that we've missed over the last 18 months.
It's just good to see people out, get a chance to get to know your neighbors, know who's next door, across the street, and then we just need to bond together even more so now than ever before.
Who'd you bring?
I think it's a really important event for HPD to be here in the community, letting the community know that it's being protected and they're keeping the neighborhood safe.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Best gigs in town. Life-changing good.
Can I take a picture of the two of you? Thank you. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I think it builds trust, really, and that people understand what we're all dealing with when it comes to crime in our communities. But I really think at the heart of it, it builds trust.
And it's all about us coming together, taking care of one another, loving one another, working through whatever we have in this city. So thank y'all so much for what y'all do for our city. Thank you.
So excited. Obviously, it's National Night Out. We've gathered the Water's Edge community. So if you take a look around, you can see kids and neighbors getting to know each other. When you know your neighbors, you know when something's going on that shouldn't be. You know if there's something suspicious, and you call them and let them know. And you really look out for each other. Developing relationships with the police is also important. It really brings the community together and helps eliminate crime and things that shouldn't be happening in your neighborhood.
You said thank you, Mommy?
Oh, you want both? Okay. They're both yours.
You said thank you.
Have a high five? All right.
Thank you.
We literally really started planning this 3 weeks ago, and we had just a team of people that come together that called the food trucks, that called the schools, that called the local vendors, and just came together.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there you go.
I come from a family where there was a man who was a police officer. He was a deputy sheriff in Florida. He was my uncle. And I credit my success to him because he once said, this boy is asking a lot of questions. I bet he's going to be a lawyer. And from that day forward, I wanted to be a lawyer because I respected the man who wore the badge, who was respected in the community. And I have great respect for law enforcement officers, and I want other people to have respect for the officers who are doing a great job in caring for our community.
The National Night Out in Gulfton is every year. Of course, last year we didn't have it because of the pandemic. Every year it seems to grow because now they're getting to know that Gulfton is a place to be.
Good to see you. Thank you. I'm here, man. How you been? Good to see you, man. Y'all ready? Come on.
Gulfton is basically built up nothing but apartments. We have close to 70,000 residents in 3.4 miles.
This is where I start cutting my teeth, and a lot of people don't realize that.
We have had so many people, we had to turn some away because of the venue. We don't have enough space.
I was born and raised around this area, so I've seen these people do this almost every year. They do it for the community. You know, it shows appreciation to everybody out here. Everybody's out there giving back, man. It's a beautiful thing to watch, you know? Watch people help us. We're not alone out here.
Our officers are awesome. They interact with them. The kids love them. They are actually housed on Southwest Freeway between Hillcrop and Westport. They interchange with them. They communicate with them. It's unbelievable. We back the blue. So what better way to do that is to show our encouragement with them.
All righty, here we go. Hey, y'all. How you doing? What's up, How you doing today? How are you? How you doing?
Nice to meet you. Thank you for protecting us.
Thank you. Thanks for being out here, okay?
Thank you.
We wasn't able to have National Night Out last year. We're here. You got police officers, community members, just all out here in love.
Another sticker? What do you say?
And would you like one too?
Say thank you.
You're welcome.
Families out here, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Anytime that you can come together, sharing information, getting to know your neighbor better, and building a stronger relationship with the citizens and police, it's just a better thing. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all.
National Night Out is so important because it's a time where all of our community members can come together in fellowship, and we can say to anybody who's out here trying to do harm or commit violence against us, we're going to stand strong and we're going to stand together to keep our communities safe because we are one safe Houston.
It's not just about crime. It's about looking after your neighbor. What if some of your neighbors are going through a tough time and you're doing well? Reach out and help. So it's a little bit deeper than just fighting crime. It's building true community.
When they're doing something like that, it's saying that we want to actually be involved and be a part instead of just monitoring or just policing. It's actually partnering.
But this is called National Night Out. What the heck? What is that? What is that? Anybody know what that is? National Night Out. Well, what it is the neighbors come out of their homes and all of our law enforcement come out and they each say thank you to each other. The neighbors say thank you, the police say thank you, because the only way we can work together if we work together. How about that? It is long overdue after suffering from COVID to be back out again for National Night Out. It really is an opportunity for neighbors to be concerned about neighbors. Here, they're playing football, basketball, and the kids are just everywhere. Isn't it good for them to see our law enforcement officers out with the people? And here they are tonight. So anything you need, You call the Pleasantville folk and they'll call me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
The lake crowd, huh? So I was really hoping to make it and see some of you guys, and I want to give a round of applause to all our law enforcement officers who are here.
National Night Out is really important. You know, unfortunately, it's only one time a year. I wish we could do it more often because it's really a good thing for everybody. I finally got the chance to work at South Gessner. I grew up down the street in Glenshire, so it's really special to be able to come back and be in this community again.
We are working for you. We're going to continue working for you, and I can't tell you how much it fills me with joy to be here with each and every one of you. So let's continue enjoying the evening.
Come on up for your prize.
Here in the North Houston District, this is our 4th year doing this. We had a year where we missed COVID. Had gotten pretty good at it for the first 3 or 4 years. This one was a little bit harder to get ramped back up, but we start planning this 6 months out, trying to make sure our partners are involved.
How y'all doing?
And everybody's ready to go.
To serve the residents of District B, Greens Point.
And it turns out to be a great night.
Commander Spear is a great man, a great leader. All this team out here in North Belt, I'm just proud of y'all, so thank you, okay?
All right. Here. Look at the camera. HPD's been fantastic with us from the chief on down. There's a huge contingent of officers who are out from North Belt and other divisions around the area.
I took pictures with all of them because I felt protected. Now I'm just glad.
And the community loves seeing it. They love interacting with them. They love getting to know them.
How you doing, bro? Right, man. All right, man.
1, 2, 3, hold it.
It's really great. We appreciate it.
Ese evento es el día National Night Out que viene próximamente, octubre 4. Octubre 4 próximamente viene National Night Out. Es un gran evento que se lleva a cabo en la ciudad de Houston y usted como comunidad, usted si es parte de algún grupo cívico, algún grupo comunitario, puede ponerse en contacto con el oficial de su sector. Si usted quiere pues tener un evento de National Night Out, va a ser octubre 4 del 2022, octubre 4 del 2022. Ya estamos a unas cuantas semanas de esto, a los preparativos. Si quieres más información, llama al 713-308-3200. 713-308-3200. Es un evento para atraer a la comunidad. Y vámonos a lo que nos truje, Chencha. Hemos estado comentando sobre la recompra de armas que viene próximamente, ya el fin de semana del día 30 de este mes, el 30 de julio, se va a llevar a cabo una recompra de armas. Atención, usted que tiene por ahí un arma que de repente alguien se la dejó en su casa y usted no la quiere, o de repente le heredaron un arma y usted quiere deshacerse de ella, pues hay dinero, hay billuyo, hay marmaja, hay kushki, hay algo para usted. Si usted participa en esta recompra de armas que está preparando pues la ciudad de Houston, parte del programa de One Safe Houston. Y para esto, Rafael Pantoja, tenemos aquí al comandante, el señor Garcia. Adelante, Rafael, ¿cómo estás?
Sí,
buenos días.
Muy buenos días a todos. Sí, estamos con un evento que queremos que todos aprendan y compartan esta información. Comandante García, muchas gracias por acompañarnos hoy en el programa de hoy. Y sí, tenemos aquí un programa muy diferente, muy especial. Ha habido... pues se ha hablado muchísimo en los medios, en las redes sociales, en los medios, sobre la violencia cuando se trata con el uso de armas de fuego. Entonces tenemos una administración que la verdad que está haciendo algo para tratar de ayudar a este problema. La administración del gobierno y también la administración de policial. Entonces tenemos algo que el comandante García nos va a compartir. Pongan mucha atención porque podría beneficiarle a muchas personas. Comandante García, este es un evento que se va a realizar el 30 de julio. ¿Dónde se va a realizar el evento y de qué horas?
Bueno, primero que nada, saludo a toda la comunidad. Muchas gracias por participar en este evento. Les recomiendo mucho que atiendan si es que tienen un arma que ya no quieren. Como dijeron aquí los policías, eso es para la seguridad de todos nosotros. El evento, como se dijo anteriormente, va a ser el 30 de julio, de 8 de la mañana a las 12 del mediodía. Va a ser en una iglesia bautista con el nombre de Wheeler Avenue, así se llama la iglesia, Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church. Entonces, cuando usted llegue, va a haber una fila y va a haber varios policías ahí, inclusive va a haber policías en uniforme y va a haber gente dirigiendo el tráfico, o sea, va a estar muy seguro el lugar. Y para continuar con ese tema de seguridad, les voy a pedir a todos ustedes de que antes de que se formen en la fila para entregar la pistola, para las recompras de armas de fuego, que tengan el arma descargada y que la tengan ya sea en la cajuela o la parte posterior de su vehículo. Sabemos que hoy en día mucha gente maneja vehículos que no tienen cajuela, pero sí tienen un compartimiento atrás con una puerta que se levanta. Ahí es donde queremos que pongan ustedes el arma descargada. Cuando lleguen al lugar, el policía les va a preguntar qué tipo de arma tienen, en qué condición está el arma y dónde se encuentra esa arma. Ellos les van a pedir que abra la cajuela. Hoy en día muchos vehículos simplemente oprimen el botón que automáticamente se abre la cajuela. No queremos que la gente se salga del coche para abrir la cajuela, por favor. Por la seguridad de todos, únicamente el policía, que es una de nuestras personas expertas en armas de fuego, va a ser la que extrae el arma de fuego, la va a revisar, que es más que nada para asegurarnos de que está descargada, y posteriormente le van a dar un recibo a usted. Cuando le den el recibo le van a dar indicaciones a la siguiente parada, que es donde usted va a intercambiar este recibo por su tarjeta de regalo.
Y es muy simple, es algo que la verdad que siempre y cuando siga las instrucciones va a haber personal que lo va a dirigir ahí. Entonces recuerde, este es un evento donde no se tiene que registrar, puede nada más llegar ese mismo día, no se tiene que registrar en ningún lugar, no van a documentar la información de que quién está entregando qué arma, cuál es su nombre, nada de eso. Es simplemente una recompra de armas sin tener que dar ningún nombre, sin tener que dar información de ustedes. Entonces siempre siga las instrucciones y lo hacemos por la seguridad de todos y también lo hacemos pues para que vaya fluyendo la fila mucho más rápido.
Una cosa que quiero hacer énfasis es, usted a lo mejor se está preguntando, pero mi pistola ni funciona. Como quiere, tráigala porque le vamos a dar $50 por un arma aunque no funcione. Si tiene un arma tipo escopeta, tipo rifle, se le van a dar $100. Si tiene un arma de mano, que nosotros llamamos pistola, se le van a dar $150. Y si nos entrega un rifle automático, que eso es de tipo militar, se les van a dar $200 por medio de esa tarjeta de regalo.
Excelente, mira nomás, no hay preguntas que se le van a estar haciendo, así es que este es el momento de participar en este programa de recompra. De nuevo va a ser el día 30 de julio a las 8 de la mañana y hasta las 12 del día en la iglesia Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church, en el estacionamiento, obviamente. En la dirección es el 3826 de la calle Wheeler, 3826 de la calle Wheeler, Houston, Texas 77004. Es bien cerquita donde está la Universidad de Houston, pero más bien póngalo pues ahí en su teléfono Google, en el mapa, póngale 3826 Wheeler, WHEELER Avenue, Houston, Texas 77004. Revisita el programa, por favor. Si no anotaste esta dirección, también te lo voy a poner en pantalla. Es algo, Rafael, es buenísimo, ¿no? Especialmente para la gente que le heredaron armas o que se quedaron con armas de alguien que se los dejó en la casa y usted no sabe ni siquiera utilizarlas. Pues hay que deshacernos de ellas. ¿Para qué las quieres si no sabe usarla?
Claro, y esto es, la verdad que es una alianza entre la comunidad y la policía de Houston, que básicamente tenemos la misma meta en común. La meta es pues tratar de controlar la violencia en la ciudad. En todos Estados Unidos está sucediendo. Entonces es una alianza entre la comunidad y el Departamento de Policía de Houston para poder llegar a esa meta de controlar la violencia.
Jefe, estamos hablando sobre muchas de las armas que se utilizan para los crímenes de diario son armas que son robadas y personas que de repente no tuvieron la responsabilidad de guardarlas. Hay que hablar de ser dueños responsables. ¿Qué tanto toma para ser un dueño responsable?
El Departamento de Policía de Houston respeta los derechos de todos. Nosotros sabemos que gente tiene el derecho de defenderse y de portar armas, ¿verdad? Pero hay que hacerlo de una manera responsable. ¿Y cuál es la manera responsable? En mi opinión es tener un lugar seguro en su casa, ¿verdad? Para que no sea accesible ni a los niños ni a los ladrones, ¿verdad? Una especie de caja fuerte, una caja de seguridad. Hay ese tipo de medidas que las mismas tiendas que venden pistolas también les venden el lugar para mantener esas armas seguras. En segundo lugar, mucha gente que maneja sus vehículos trae su pistola en el vehículo y luego se las roban también. ¿Por qué? Porque no las tienen bien seguras, no las tienen bien escondidas. Hay otros tipos de cajas que las pueden meter en su carro y las atornillan y no pueden sacar la caja del carro, y ahí es donde se debe de poner la pistola.
Y es la verdad, hay que ser responsables. Es un buen punto de asegurarse de que las armas de fuego estén fuera del alcance de los hijos en las casas, pero también los padres tienen que hacer su parte en educar a los hijos sobre el peligro de las armas de fuego, sobre la importancia que si ven un arma de fuego, de que no la toquen, que le avisen a un adulto. Es importante educarles que estas armas de fuego son peligrosas y podrían causarle daño a personas inocentes.
Exactamente. Por último, quiero recalcar lo que acabamos de comentar sobre esto. Es un programa anónimo. Nosotros no les vamos a preguntar su nombre, nosotros no le vamos a preguntar su dirección, no les vamos a preguntar ni siquiera su teléfono y su email. Lo único que queremos es sacar esas armas de la calle. Si nadie las quiere, mejor nosotros como policías nos vamos a encargar de ellas en lugar de que estén ahí rondeando por todos los lugares.
Muy bien, una pregunta muy común. Señor oficial, me dijeron que me van a pedir mi identificación, ¿cierto o falso?
Falso.
Señor oficial, nos van a revisar ahí cuando lleguemos a entregar el arma, ¿cierto o falso?
Falso.
Falso, ahí está. Entonces no se le va a pedir absolutamente ni siquiera de cómo se llama, no se le va a preguntar nada de eso, no, nada de eso. Nomás llegue a esta dirección, dígale al oficial cuando llegue ahí dónde está el arma, allá atrás, en el lugar, en la caja de la camioneta, en la cajuela de la camioneta. Ay, pero es que no tengo el botón para abrir la cajuela. Mire, señor oficial, aquí está la llave. El oficial va y abre la llave, la cajita de atrás, la cajuela, y así se hace este proceso. Le van a dar su recibo y usted va a manejar a unos cuantos pies adelantito donde lo van a estar esperando con un certificado, con dinero, ¿verdad?
Así es, exactamente. Esperemos que sea de provecho para las familias, las que reciban ese dinero. Otra cosa que quiero recordarles es de que esto es tan importante que no nada más es la ciudad, el condado también está participando, inclusive el gobierno federal está dando fondos para este tipo de proyectos.
Ahí está. ¿Qué mejor?
Claro, la verdad que qué bonito que se están uniendo las diferentes niveles de gobierno para poder controlar lo que está sucediendo, no nada más en Houston, pero a nivel nacional.
Sabemos que hay muchas armas que están por ahí regadas y no están siendo cuidadas responsablemente. Para usted que lo está haciendo responsablemente, le echamos porras a usted. Felicidades. Y para usted que no quiere tener más esa arma y no se siente como que es responsable para tenerla ahí en la casa, pues entonces tráigasela el día 30 de julio a partir de las 8 de la mañana, sábado 30 de julio, 8 de la mañana a las 12 del día. La dirección de nuevo es, vamos a ver, dice 3826 de la calle Wheeler. 3826 de la calle Wheeler, Houston, Texas 77004, o bien marca el número del 832-393-6772 si tienes alguna pregunta. 832-393-6772, 832-393-6772. Rafita.
No, pues muchas gracias por acompañarnos. Compartan la información, compartan el programa y por favor, si quieren participar en el programa, los vamos a esperar ahí. Recuerden, no se le va a hacer preguntas, simplemente es la recompra de armas y se le va a dar un poquito de dinero a través de una tarjeta. Entonces, por favor, compartan el programa y los esperamos ahí. Comandante García, muchas gracias por acompañarnos.